You ever read a comment online and about halfway through it, you just kind of go, oh, this person doesn't read. Not like you disagree with me. Not like we have differing opinions. I mean, literally, you actively avoid information like the plague. Like, bro will type out a full paragraph, confidently. Punctuation, completely optional. Facts, non existent. And you're sitting there like, this dude would lose a fight to a cereal box. I saw a dude the other day say, and I swear to everything that's holy. He said, the sun isn't that hot. It's just bright. What? What do you mean, just bright? That's not a take. That's a cry for help. That's not even misinformation. That's no formation. Bro skipped education entirely. He said, nah, I'm good. I'll just freestyle reality. And that's when it hit me. Not in a we're all doomed way, not in a society is collapsing way, just in a very calm, very tired. Are we getting fucking dumber? And before everybody gets defensive, because I know how y'all get, I'm not saying everyone. We've got brilliant people out there, doctors, engineers, creators, teachers, people doing incredible things every single day. But we've also got a very loud group of people who have decided learning? Nah, I'm just going to vibe my way through reality. And the crazy part? They are confident. They vote. And they do adult tasks. And that's what scares me. Because back in the day, if you didn't know something, you just kept your mouth shut. Nowadays, people don't know something and immediately go, I have a take. No, you don't. You have a feeling. And feelings ain't facts, my guy. And don't get me wrong, I'm not above this. So let me humble myself real quick. I opened my phone the other day just to look up something. Completely forgot what it was, and instead of trying to figure it out, I got sidetracked watching 17 videos of a raccoon washing grapes. 17. And I don't even like grapes like that. So, yeah, this isn't me standing on a pedestal. This is just me standing in the same mess as everyone else going, what the hell is happening to us? Because today, we're not going to do the safe version of this. Oh no. We're not going to sit here and go, oh, well, every generation says this. Absolutely not. We're going to talk about why some people are absolutely choosing ignorance. Why being loud nowadays matters more than being right. Why nobody wants to sit in the I don't know anymore. And why your attention span is getting cooked like it's on medium-high heat. And yeah, we're going to laugh about it. Because if we don't, then all of this gets really depressing really, really fast. So let's be honest. Are we getting dumber? Or are some of us just getting really, really comfortable being wrong very loudly? Hey, welcome to, or welcome back to, the Average Joe Nerdcast. I'm Nate, your resident Average Joe. Your Googled something, immediately forgot it, and now I just trust vibes specialist. And you're certified, I read the headline and decided that was enough, survivor. And today, we're diving into one that might ruffle some feathers, step on some toes, and honestly, might have you laughing and then going, damn, he got me. Because we're talking about it. Are we getting dumber? And I'm not pulling punches on this one. Because this isn't just, oh, kids these days. No. This is, we are living in a time where people will confidently argue something they could have just Googled in 5 seconds. That's new. That's wild. So we're going to break it all down, from attention spans to algorithm brain to why nobody wants to actually learn anything anymore. And yeah, we're going to have some fun with it, because if you can't laugh at the chaos, you'll lose your mind trying to understand it. So sit back, lock in, and maybe don't open another app while you're listening to this. I know, I'm asking a lot. All right, we got to talk about this first, because this is the real pandemic. Confidence. Not intelligence, not knowledge, just confidence. Because somewhere along the line, we created a world where being confidently wrong is more rewarded than being quietly correct. Just think about it. You ever see somebody online say something absolutely unhinged, like just objectively incorrect, and instead of going, "Oh, my bad, I just didn't know," they double down. They go, "Nah, I said what I said." Bro, why? You're wrong. This isn't a different perspective situation. This isn't agree to disagree. You are factually incorrect. And instead of learning, you defend. Why? Because being wrong now feels like losing, and no one wants to lose. So instead of just going, "Hey, I didn't know that. Let me learn," we instead go, "Nah, I'm going to stand on this hill and die here." And then bring a tent. And then invite other wrong people to join us. And now we got a whole community of people being wrong together. And the algorithm? Oh my God, it loves that. Because nothing spreads faster than outrage, confidence, and a complete lack of research. You could post something very thoughtful, nuanced, well-researched. Crickets. But say something insane like, "Water isn't wet, it's just emotionally moist." Boom! 500,000 views. People arguing, people stitching, people reacting. And now you're famous for being fucking wrong. And here's where it gets dangerous. When being wrong loudly gets you more attention than being right quietly, what do you think people are gonna choose? You ever notice how people will do literally anything to avoid Googling something? I'm serious. We've reached a point where someone will argue, get proven wrong, argue again, bring in a friend, argue with them, start a group chat, and then still refuse to look it up. Bro, you did everything except the one thing that would have solved the entire problem. That's kind of like being lost, arguing about directions, and refusing to check the map. Nah, I feel like it's this way. You feel? We're navigating reality with vibes now? I swear some people treat Google like it's gonna charge them. Nah, I ain't got that kind of data. Bro, you just watched 12 videos of a cat making pancakes. You had data. You just didn't have priorities. And speaking of weird AI cat videos, we need to talk about it. Your attention span? It's fried. Not lightly toasted, not just a little distracted. I mean deep fried, crispy, served with a side of TikTok sauce. And again, trust me, I'm not above this. I am in these trenches right alongside you. But we gotta be honest with ourselves. When was the last time you literally sat down and just did one thing for like an hour? No phone, no second screen, no, "Let me check this real quick." Just you and a single thought. Yeah, exactly. We can't do it. We can't even watch a show anymore without checking our phone, rewinding because we missed something, and then missing it again because we checked something else. We're watching Netflix like it's a podcast. Yeah, I'm following. Not following at all. You ever rewind something, miss it again, rewind it again, and then just go, "You know what? That just wasn't important." Bro, it was the plot. You just skipped the reason anything is happening. And don't even get me started on doom scrolling. Because doom scrolling is basically just, "Let me ruin my mood," in 30-second increments. You open your phone for one thing, Next thing you know, it's 45 minutes later and you've seen a recipe you're never going to make, a conspiracy you didn't need, a dog that's better behaved than you are, and 3 different people arguing about something neither of them even researched. And now your brain is just like, yeah, we're done here. We used to have boredom. Do you remember boredom? I literally just talked about it in the last 2 episodes of this podcast. And boredom was where ideas came from. Nowadays, the very second we feel even a hint of boredom, we go, nope, stimulate me immediately. Phone out, scroll, scroll, scroll. We never sit with thoughts anymore. We just swipe them away. And here's the wild part. We think we're consuming information, but we're not. We're just sampling it. We're taking little 10-second bites of 100 different things and calling it knowledge. That, my friends, is not learning. That's intellectual snacking. You're not getting a meal. You're just grazing. Your brain is basically at an all-you-can-eat buffet, but only eating croutons. And then we wonder why we can't focus. Because focus is a muscle, and we haven't worked it out in years. We've been doing mental cardio, but not mental strength training. Fast, quick, in and out. No depth. Think about gaming for just a second. Back in the day, no tutorials. The game just dropped you in like, figure it out or die. And you died. A lot. And then you learned. Now, you boot up a game and it's like, press X to walk. Press X again to remember how to walk. Are you sure you want to walk? Let's practice walking. Dude, I got it. Let me fail. Let me struggle. Let me figure something out without a glowing arrow telling me where to go. Because that struggle, that's where thinking happens. And we've been removing struggle from literally everything. GPS, don't need to remember directions. Autocorrect, don't need to remember how to spell. Recommendations, don't need to choose. Algorithms, don't need to think. Everything is just, here, this is what you should watch. This is what you should think. This is what you should care about. And we go, cool, sounds good. No pushback, no curiosity, no, wait, why am I seeing this? We're just out here like the raccoon washing grapes, just doing it because it's right there in front of us. And again, this isn't phones are evil. This isn't technology bad. This is just, we've made thinking completely optional. And guess what happens? When something becomes optional, people stop doing it. And that's where it starts to feel like, yeah, some of us might actually be getting dumber. Not because we can't think, but because we choose not to. And I need to talk about this one too, because I literally just brought it up a few minutes ago. Because this one is kind of nasty. Watching something while watching something else. What are we even doing? You got Netflix on, phone in your hand, maybe a YouTube video playing too. Bro, you are not consuming content. You are collecting background noise. You ever look up and realize you have no clue what's happening in the show, but you've been watching for like 30 minutes? That's not watching. That's babysitting your TV. We don't watch shows anymore. We supervise them. And this one right here might be the wildest thing of all. We have created the 30-second expert. Somebody watches one video, just one, and now they're like, nah, I get it now. You get what? You got a trailer. You didn't get the movie. You didn't even get the DVD menu. You got a clip. And now you're in the comments arguing with people who have been studying this shit for years. That's like watching one boxing highlight and then telling Mike Tyson, you should have moved your head more. Bro, he will move your head. This episode of the Average Joe Nerdcast is brought to you by Jack of All Trades Brain. Are you tired of knowing just a little bit about everything, but not enough to win a single argument? Do you find yourself saying things like, I mean, I saw a video about it, but when someone asks a follow-up question, you immediately crumble like a Nature Valley bar? Well, good news! With Jack of all trades brain, you too can reference 47 different topics, finish 0 of them, and confidently say, well, there's a study somewhere. Side effects may include starting sentences you can't finish, using the phrase, I feel like, as a source, and aggressively changing the subject when challenged. Warning, may cause sudden urge to say, well, actually, without actually knowing anything. Jack of all trades brain, master of none, but boy do you sound busy. And that right there is exactly what we're dealing with. Back to the show. All right, I gotta tell y'all about something that happened to me recently, because this bit right here, this is what sent me over the edge into making this episode. I'm at work, my day job, just minding my business, trying to survive the day, and I overhear a conversation. Now, you know how that goes. You're not trying to listen, but it's loud enough that your brain immediately goes, oh, we're tuning into this. And I hear one of my coworkers say, and I need you to lock in for this. Yeah, snow doesn't melt with a lighter. It just burns. What? Yeah, man, if you put a lighter under snow, it turns black. It doesn't melt. I'm over here like, that's because you're burning it. No. That's chemicals. That ain't real snow. Bro. Real snow? What are we even talking about? So now I'm locked in because I'm like, there's no way this can get any worse. But it gets worse. Yeah, they've been putting stuff in it for years. Same way they do with allergies. With allergies? Yeah, man, they're increasing allergies to control the population. I had to reboot. I had to do a full system restart. I was like, hold on, we went from snow to allergies to population control. How did we get here? That's not a conversation, that's a side quest that glitched into another game entirely. And then they turn to me. And they go, hey Nate, you talk about conspiracies on your podcast sometimes. What's your take? Oh no. No. Do not put me in this. I didn't ask to be the ambassador of logic today. I just came here to work. And now I gotta decide. Do I engage, correct, walk away, or fake a phone call and disappear forever? Because here's the problem. You can't just go, well, that's technically not true. Because now you're in it. Now it's a debate. Now you're fighting a boss battle you didn't even prepare for. I walked into that conversation like, oh, this is a tutorial. Nah, this was Elden Ring. No weapons, no armor, just two dudes with level 100 confidence and negative intelligence scaling. And here's the thing. They weren't joking. And that's what got me. They weren't trolling, they weren't messing around, they were dead serious. And that's when it hit me. This is what happens when people don't verify anything, but still feel the need to have an explanation for everything. You fill in the gaps with whatever sounds good. Snow burns, chemicals. Allergies exist, population control. No research, no sources, no pause. Just, yeah, that makes sense. That's that I'm not looking it up lifestyle. That's that raw dogging reality build. That's that DLC knowledge not installed. And I'm just standing there like, this is why we can't have nice things. And look, I didn't go in on them. I didn't start pulling up articles. I didn't hit them with sources. Because, sometimes you got to recognize you're not in a conversation. You're in a cutscene. And nothing you say or do is ever going to change that outcome. So I just nodded, said something safe like, yeah, I think there's probably a scientific explanation for that, and slowly walked away. Like I just avoided a random encounter. But the whole time I was sitting there thinking, yeah, guys, we might be in trouble. Now, this is the part where some people might get just a little uncomfortable. And you know what? That's okay. Because we got to talk about it. Some people, they just do not want to learn. Not don't have access, not don't have the time. They just don't want to. And not only that, they're proud of it. You ever hear somebody say, I don't even watch the news? Like it's a flex. Like they just said, yeah, I can bench 315. No, you just told me you're raw dogging reality. And look, I get it. The news can be exhausting. The world, it is chaotic. Everything feels like it's on fire half the time. I understand not wanting to be overwhelmed. But there's a difference between protecting your peace and just straight up going, nah, I'm good on information. Because then what happens? You start forming opinions with absolutely zero foundation. You start arguing with vibes. You start saying things like, well, I just feel like that's not true. Based on what? Your spirit guide? And this is my favorite one. Like, my favorite one. When someone is wrong and you gently try to correct them, not even in a disrespectful kind of way, not even like, you're fucking stupid. Just like, hey man, I think it's actually this. And they hit you with, I'm not looking that up. What do you mean you're not looking it up? That's the easiest part. That's the only part. You don't even have to go to a library anymore. You don't have to crack open a book. You don't even have to call somebody smarter than you. You literally have the entire sum of human knowledge in your pocket. And you're just like, nah, I'd rather be wrong. That is completely insane. That is a conscious decision to stay ignorant. And listen, we have all done it. Don't sit there acting like you haven't. You ever been mid-argument and you feel yourself losing? I mean, you can feel it. You feel the ground shifting under your feet, and instead of going, you know what? I am wrong. You got me. You start reaching. You start pulling out stuff like, well, that's just your opinion. No, it's not. We were talking about something factual just 5 seconds ago. We all got a little bit of that in us. But some people, they've turned that into a full-blown lifestyle. They wake up, choose to not learn anything, and then argue anyway. That's like showing up to a boss fight with 0 weapons and no armor and just vibes. And then being mad you got your ass kicked. Bro walked into Elden Ring like, hey, I've got the power of belief in myself. And the boss is like, cool, I don't. You died. And here's where it gets worse, because ignorance used to be quiet. If you didn't know something, you just stayed out of it. Now, ignorance has a loudspeaker, a camera, a comment section, and an audience. And the algorithm, it absolutely loves it. Because ignorance is entertaining. It's loud, it's emotional, it gets engagement, and engagement is all that matters nowadays. So now we've created a system where being informed, slow, being loud, fast. And guess which one wins? And then we get mad when people believe dumb shit. But look at the environment we built. We reward speed over accuracy, confidence over curiosity, reaction over reflection. So yes, of course, some people are going to go, hey, learning is optional, I'm just going to wing it. We got people out here treating knowledge like it's DLC. Nah, I'm just not buying that expansion pack. Bro, that's the base game. You kinda need it. And again, this isn't me saying everyone is dumb. This is just me saying we have created a world where you can function without ever challenging yourself. And a lot of people, they're taking that deal. Happily. Because learning requires something that a lot of people do not like. Humility. You have to be willing to say, I don't know. And for some reason, that has become one of the hardest things for people to say. I don't know. That used to be completely normal. Now, that feels like losing. So instead, we just pretend. We guess, we double down, and we argue. And then we end up with conversations like, the sun isn't hot, it's just bright. Bro, we have come full circle. So yeah, are people getting dumber? Some of us. Not because we can't learn, but because we refuse to. And this is my favorite evolution of all of this. People don't just stay wrong anymore. They form teams. They find each other. It's like, oh, you don't know anything either? Bet. Let's build something. And now it's not just one person being wrong, it's an entire community. A whole squad of, nah, we believe this. Based on what? Each other? Oh, okay, cool. So we're just crowdsourcing ignorance now. That's what we're doing? We got guilds. Wrong guild. Level 100 confidence. Level 0 information. So now that we've roasted ourselves, our attention spans, and that one guy who still thinks the sun is just a flashlight in the sky, how about we zoom out for a second? Because here's the uncomfortable truth. This is not random. This isn't just, oh man, people got real lazy. No. This environment, it rewards this kind of behavior. Like, perfectly. Think about what actually gets attention nowadays. Not what's correct, not what's thoughtful, not what's well researched. What gets attention is fast, loud, emotional, slightly unhinged. That's the formula. You ever notice the calm, reasonable take? No one shares that. No one's like, hey guys, I found this very balanced, nuanced explanation of a complex issue. Please go check it out. No, it's, this changes everything. But does it? Does it really? Or did you just get baited by a thumbnail with a red arrow and a dude making this weird shocked face? We have built a system where the most extreme version of a take wins. Not the best one, the loudest one. And once you realize that, everything starts making sense. Why people don't research? Because research is slow. Why people don't change their minds? Because that doesn't go viral. Why people double down when they're wrong? Because admitting you're wrong kills engagement. And the algorithm? Oh, it's sitting back like a proud parent. Yes, argue more, my children. This is beautiful. It does not care if you're right. It just cares if you're engaged. And what gets people engaged faster than anything? Emotion, anger, outrage, confidence. You could be 100% completely wrong, but if you say it with your whole chest, you're going places, kiddo. Meanwhile, some dude spent 3 hours researching something, cross-checking sources, trying to understand both sides. And his video gets 47 views because he didn't yell. He didn't say, "This will blow your mind." He instead said, "Hey, it's complicated." And the internet went, "Ew." We don't want complicated. We want quick. We want digestible. We want, tell me what to think in under 30 seconds. And if you can't do that, we scroll on by. That's the whole game now. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Why everything feels louder, more chaotic, more divided. It's not just people. It's the entire system feeding into it, amplifying it, rewarding it. And here's the part that's going to sting just a little. We actively participate in it. Every single time we rage comment, share something without checking it, argue with somebody who clearly doesn't care about facts, we're feeding the machine. We're telling it, yes, more of this, please. We are the raccoon, washing grapes, over and over, because it's there. And look, I'm not saying it's some grand conspiracy. This isn't, they're controlling everything. No, it's much, much simpler than that. It's incentives. The system rewards what keeps you engaged. And what keeps you engaged is not calm, thoughtful discussion. It's utter chaos. So when we ask, are people getting dumber? Part of the answer is, we are in an environment that makes it really, really easy to just not think, and really rewarding to just not learn. And if you don't actively fight that, yeah, you might start slipping into it. Not because you're dumb, but because you're only human. I mean, have you ever noticed how fast something can make you mad nowadays? Like, almost instantly. You don't even know the full story just yet. You're already like, nah, bro, this is messed up. Bro, you don't even know what happened. You saw 12 seconds with no context, no source, just vibes and a caption. But your brain immediately goes, yep, angry. We are speed running emotions now. We're breaking world records for how fast we can get mad now. WR any percent outrage. Speedrun strats only. And then someone posts the full context. And suddenly it's like, oh, but by then, it's too late. You already commented. You already shared it. You already stood on that hill. Now you gotta live there. This episode of the Average Joe Nerdcast is also brought to you by Algorithm Prime. Are you tired of thinking for yourself? Exhausted from forming your own opinions? Say less. With Algorithm Prime, we'll decide what you care about for you. Just open your app, and we'll serve you outrage you didn't ask for, opinions you didn't research, and arguments you weren't prepared for. Our patented system tracks how long you hover over drama, how fast you get mad, and how likely you are to comment. This is insane! And then we give you more of that. Don't worry about accuracy. Don't worry about context. Don't even worry about finishing the entire video. We'll autoplay the next one before you've had time to think. Why be informed when you can be engaged? Why understand when you can react? Why research when you can just vibe? Algorithm Prime, keeping you scrolling and slightly confused since 2012. So where does all of that leave us? Are we getting dumber? Some of us? Yeah. Let's just be real. Not because we can't learn, not because we don't have access, but because we've gotten comfortable just not doing it. And the system? It's not helping. But here's the good news. Thinking? It's still there. It didn't go anywhere. It's just a little out of practice. It's like going to the gym after 10 years. You walk in like, I used to be really good with this. And your brain is like, brother, we are not built for this anymore. But you can get it back. You can slow down, actually look things up, sit with the I don't knows, and not feel the need to have a take on literally everything. Because that's another thing. You don't have to have an opinion on everything. It's completely okay to go, yeah, I don't know enough about that. That's not weakness. That's sanity. That's how you avoid becoming the sun isn't hot, it's just bright guy. Please don't be that guy. And look, this episode, this wasn't me talking down to anybody. This was me standing right here with you, going, yeah, we gotta be better about this, myself included. Because I promise you, the next time I open my phone, forget what I was doing, and end up watching a raccoon wash grapes again, I'm gonna remember this episode, and probably still watch the raccoon. Because let's face it, raccoons are really, really cute. But at least I'll know what I'm doing. And that's it. If you made it through this one, first off, I appreciate you. Second, if at any point you were like, damn, good, that means you were thinking. And if you laughed, even better. Because that's the balance. We can call things out without losing our minds over it. Now time for those shout-outs. As always, shout out to my player 2 for always keeping me grounded and probably being the one person in this house with a fully functioning attention span. Unless it comes to Disney Dreamlight Valley. Yeah. And also, shout out to everyone behind the scenes over here at the Nerdcast. You all keep this ship sailing right along into the all blue. You know who you are. And shout out to each and every single one of you for pulling up, kicking it, and being part of this thing we're building. So if this episode hit for you, don't just scroll past it like everything else. Sit with it for just a second. And if you rock with the show, share it with somebody who needs a good laugh. or someone who's one bad take away from becoming the sun is just bright guy. Let's save them. And hey, if you're by chance sitting there right now thinking, no way, people can't really be like that. Oh, trust me, they are. And that's exactly why you need to be over in the lobby. That's our private Facebook group. That's where all of this continues. The memes, the debates, the unhinged takes, the actual thoughtful conversations. Sometimes. It's basically this episode, but live and in living color, and somehow even more chaotic. So if you want to kick it with us, drop your takes, or just sit back and watch the madness unfold, then please, come join the lobby. Because trust me, you're going to fit right in. I'll drop the link to the lobby in the show notes, or you can head straight over to Facebook right now and in the search bar, just type Average Joe Nerdcast the lobby, and you will find the page. The lobby, it's always open. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and as always, stay gold. Nerd bold. I'll catch you on the next one.
Game over.
Hey, real quick before you get out of here, I gotta address the snow thing. Because I know somebody listening right now is like, nah, but for real though, why did the snow turn black? Okay, let's talk about it. When you take compacted snow and hit it with a lighter, it doesn't quote unquote burn. What you're seeing is soot from the lighter. That black stuff, that's carbon buildup from the flame, not the snow. The snow is not burning, it's melting. But because it's compacted and because the flame is small, it melts very slowly. And the soot sticks to it, making it look like something weird is happening. That's it. That's the whole mystery. No chemicals, no government snow program, no, they've been putting stuff in it. It's just a dirty flame. We really almost blame the government for a Bic lighter. That's where we're at. Oh, and the allergy thing? No, that's not population control. That's just your immune system being overly dramatic. So next time somebody hits you with that, then you can confidently say, it's soot, and watch them go, nah, I'm not looking that up. And that is exactly what we talked about this entire episode. All right, now you can get out of here. Go and get. Don't burn any snow, by the way.